everyone. Welcome back to the Sweetcast. We are back after a 4-month hiatus for season 2. And along with season 2, there's a few changes. New hair color, new set that we're recording on. He's the co-host now. Anyways, how you doing? You all remember Oliver? He's on the podcast, season 1. Like, he was a guest twice, right?
This man woke me up from my 9-hour nap.
You're supposed to be here an hour ago, so let's not talk about who's in the wrong here.
Okay.
You know about this for over a week, and you decided to sleep and not set an alarm.
I thought I did, but
clearly
I guess not.
You didn't.
This is like the 5th time this has happened this week.
What? You've overslept 5 times this week.
Mm-hmm.
You got an issue.
I have severe depression.
Okay. Way to start the comedy podcast off on a low note. We're at first episode of season 2. The podcast has changed. It's originally just me on my own interviewing guests, but guests are hard to find.
He can't really start a podcast by himself.
I did.
I pittily joined.
I did start it by myself.
Yeah, but I pittily joined.
And now
as a co-host. But I'm doing this with no pay. But he is my neighbor after all.
I'm not paying you. Just so there's no confusion.
I'm doing this out of pity.
Yeah, okay. You're the one getting pitied.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the one getting pitied. Yeah. So yeah, we're season 2 of the Sweetcast, and you're now a permanent figure here.
Ooh.
Hope you like the couch, because when we have guests, they're just gonna sit on your lap.
Ooh. I get the better part of the deal. Which one's the camera? The left or the right side?
The right side. The black line on the camera.
Oh.
And since it's a 2-person podcast, and it's not like a clear shout out to myself, guys, go subscribe to Make a Maplet on YouTube to get more of me.
I said shadow because I'm dark.
I said what? I said shout out. Not shadow.
You said shadow.
I did not say shadow. Okay. So.
What are we talking about?
Well, this isn't an interview anymore. This is more just us hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Twilight?
Hell no.
You've never seen Twilight.
Hell
Have you
no.
seen like jokes and stuff about it?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I know nothing.
But you know nothing?
This story is better than Twilight and something. Yo, you brought on the most dry person.
We'll juice you up. We'll make you juicy. Don't do that. Okay, well then this will be a special treat for you. I actually finally saw Twilight for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Why?
It was like an event at the university. They rented out a theater and they showed Twilight. And I had nothing better to do. People who love Twilight are gonna hate me. What the fuck was that? I thought for years when people were making fun of Robert Pattinson, they're just being assholes. They're just being mean.
Wait, who's Robert Pattinson?
The main guy that played like Edward, or I forget his last name, in the movie. He's the vampire. He played Batman in the Batman. That's him.
Yep.
For years people made fun of him for Twilight, and I was like, why? Like, I always thought people were just being like way overly mean because I've never seen it. And I just assumed that like it wasn't that bad.
I mean, actually, that's a lie. I've seen a few clips.
I've never seen clips. I've never seen clips. I've never seen clips. I've seen parodies of scenes, and I've seen like screenshots. I've never seen the clips. I've never heard the dialogue and the acting.
Clips, I could tell it was shit.
I went in kind of blind. I was like, oh, like people make fun of things on the internet, like they exaggerate. So it's not gonna be as bad as people say. It was worse. It read like a fan fiction.
It literally is one.
It sounded like a fan fiction. It's not a fan fiction. It's an original thing.
It's original.
50 Shades of Grey is a fan fiction. Is a Twilight fan fiction. It started out as a Twilight fan fiction because I looked that up. Yeah, no, Twilight's an original thing. It's not a fanfic. It never was a fan fiction, as far as I'm aware. Wow, the acting, the dialogue, like there is no redeeming qualities.
There isn't.
The acting, so melodramatic. Like it's so inconsistent and weird. Everyone's overacting. Dialogue, you want to shoot myself. I hate it.
You like how they're all sensual.
Everything is sensual. And like the over editing, like they overdid it in some shot. Like when she when she guesses he's a vampire.
Mm.
Whenever something like someone parodies that scene, they don't do it justice for how bad it is. There's an excessive amount of shots in it.
I don't remember any parodies, to be honest.
I only remember like a handful, but it literally is like the camera like going around, but then it's like panning to like cuts off to like trees and then close-ups and like swooping in. It's so overly done, and it's just so bad. And
so what? It's like an anime music video.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and like the CGI, probably the only like sort of redeeming thing. Though it looks terrible too.
CGI.
Yeah, because they run fast. They run fast.
You need CGI for that?
Can't you just run fast?
Can't you just like speed up the video?
No, they like CGI and like it was like a sped up of them, but they like CGI like them actually flying up stuff and running up walls. I don't know. It was a bad movie. It was a bad movie. I did not like the movie. My review: 2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down.
It gets worse. Then actually, when I was like, now I'm gonna actually watch like someone review all the movies. Taylor Lautner's character in the movie, barely in it.
Wait, who's that?
I don't know. See, if you don't know who they are, I can't explain it to you.
Bro, I don't know any actors.
He was like he's the wolf. Like he played Jacob.
Oh, is he the Shark Boy from?
Shark Boy.
Oh
Shark Boy.
Shit! Him.
And so I was like, because I always heard from interviews where he was like, yeah, it ruined my life or something. Like he hates the movies. I get why. From the other ones, the first movie he's barely in it, so I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Wow, Did you know that the twist in the end? Because I don't think. Do you really care about ever seeing the movie?
Oh no.
Yeah. So the twist in the end is she becomes a vampire and marries to Edward. Then they have a baby, and it's a half vampire and it's killing her.
Oh my fuck! I remember this.
And then she gives birth to the vampire baby, and Jacob is going to kill it. Okay. Then he imprints on the baby, which means the baby becomes his soulmate. That the reason he was in love with Bella is because his soulmate was her unborn, uncreated child.
I remember.
And like the final movie just accepts that this man is now his soulmate is a baby that he watched be born. Like that was insane to me. That just doesn't. That's so crazy that his soulmate that he realized like why was that not talked about more? That I've never heard that been spoken about.
I don't know where I heard this from.
This man sees the baby and goes, a soulmate.
Oh my.
Like he's gonna kill the baby and he imprints and now he's in like that's his soulmate. I'm like that wasn't that there was no issue with that to anybody. Everyone just collectively was like, yeah, no. Him being in love with a baby, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
There we go. Now to find a new co-host, you're in a prison.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, no, that was like the most exciting thing that I've.
Wait, so at the university, it played both films.
Oh no, there's 5 films.
I mean, there's 5. I thought it was only 2.
No, there's like Twilight. There's a like 2-part finale film. Maybe there's only 4. There's like 4 or 5 films in the saga.
2, man.
Yeah, no, there's like 4 or 5. So they only showed the first one, and it was like at some theater downtown. I went and did my research on the rest because I was not going to be watching the other 4 after that first one.
Wait, were you just invited by friends for this, or?
Oh no, it was like they posted it on their social medias that it was like a free showing. Mm-hmm. So I went because it's a free movie. I had nothing else to do that night, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll go see Twilight." About time I see Twilight. Honestly, I would not have missed anything if I had not gone.
Biggest waste of time.
My life was not missing something that Twilight gave. My life was better before Twilight. It's not that much worse now, but like I've seen Twilight. I liked being ignorant on that fact. I like just like people talking about Twilight, but like, no, it's not that bad.
Now you're just slightly more depressed.
Yeah, I used to defend Robert Pattinson. Like, guys, there's no way he was that bad in the movie that you can make fun of him for that. I want to take that all back. He was bad in the movie. He's really turned himself around.
Wait, what else did he do?
Oh,
Like
I
what
don't know.
movies?
I don't. There's like a large portion where there's nothing that I know he does.
Mm.
And the last few years he did like The Lighthouse,
Mm-hmm.
that horror movie, Tenet,
Mm-hmm.
and then The Batman.
All things I have, except for the Batman.
I've only seen The Batman. I've never seen the other two. Honestly, when Tenet came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, like it takes a different wavelength to understand the movie because it's in reverse, but it's also backwards."
What the fuck?
And I was like, "I'm just not gonna see it, so I can't so I don't have to talk to people about it, and then be like, you don't get it. You're not on a wavelength. I don't want to be talked down to. I just be like, yeah, I haven't seen it. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's on my watch list though.
And then you're still gonna get talked down to for not watching it.
Yeah, but I don't have to give like an opinion and have like that was clearly wrong, Liam. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm okay not seeing that. I'll be above them in other things. I don't need that though.
Well,
yeah. We should watch Twilight though.
Oh,
So
no.
we should watch the Twilight movies.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
We do a drinking game.
For what? Wait,
I don't know, we could
what
find
appears often in that movie?
Overly dramatic.
How
lines.
sensual it is?
Yeah, we could do every time someone says a line overly sensually. Every time Bella and Edward make eye contact.
Okay, well, you're just gonna get me like
Hey, we're gonna
fucking hammered.
the
like
first
that
10
one
minutes
night.
of the first movie we're just on the ground. Just out of it.
I'm gonna be like
Waste the entire budget of any shoot on that. Okay, so we
It'll be
spent like
fucking
$300 on
crossfaded.
alcohol. We good. This should take us through the whole saga. First film. Well, now we need more alcohol because we'll be at the hospital getting our stomachs bumped. Oh.
end up like that one night where I threw up all over myself.
Was that the night that I showed up like way late?
Yep.
Oh.
When everybody went home, instantly threw up all over myself.
That was a good night. I had a good time that night. The brief time I
I
was there
had a
with you.
good time until it was the day after, and I had to clean up my own fucking puke.
Because no one likes cleaning up after themselves. When you like that. I don't know. That was funny.
Look, man. I thought I wasn't gonna be the only one like hammered, but I guess not.
When
that was the plan.
When I
Get
showed up,
everyone
you
else
weren't.
hammered.
When I showed up, you weren't. But everyone sobered up way faster than you did.
Pussies.
I don't know if that's what they would call you.
Nah.
I think that's
They
what they would
should have
call
gotten
you.
hammered with me.
They were hammered.
Yeah, no, but worse.
And no, they were there, and then they kept going. You stopped by the time I showed up. They kept going slowly. Like you had nothing from the time I showed up to the time I left.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you didn't take anything else. They kept going for a little while. You just can't handle your
What the
stuff.
fuck?
Yeah,
That's
you
new
just
to
can't.
me.
Yeah, you just can't handle your stuff. Which is what would make such a good podcast feature. Get you hammered.
What, just a drunk podcast?
Get you hammered. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
the
not?
amount-
Why not?
Oh, the amount of slurs I would say. The
I can
amount of
I'm adding. I can bleep it. No, see, it'd be fine.
That'd be fine.
It'd be fine. We'll say like a.
I'm only the most non-PC person you know. Maybe
Not
I'm
even
not,
close. Not even close.
but nah.
I know way worse people.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, no, you don't even stack up against them. You're nowhere near as bad as they are.
I'm gonna say a slur.
Okay, let's not though. Just because you're not as bad as it doesn't mean we should do that. Okay, like let's not. You know what I would love to have a lot of money.
Everyone would love that.
I want to make videos. There's stuff. There's like videos and stuff that I want to make.
Hmm.
I don't have the money to do it.
What's one that you would make?
Seeing what place has the best hot wings.
Just traveling around the world for that and shit.
Yeah, or like just like within Calgary, buying like hot wings from every restaurant and then testing them.
How about we just do that without
It's
a
so
lot of money?
expensive.
Is it?
Even if we're getting like 5, like that's paying each restaurant. And there's at least 10 restaurants that we would be trying.
That's $50.
If you were only paying $5 for the wings,
Yeah.
it's a lot more than I want to spend.
Yeah, well, I'll
Pay for it?
I'll pay.
Awesome.
No, not pay
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
you're gonna pay
No,
for it. You guys heard it
we
here.
split it.
Okay. We can discuss that.
I get paid.
Don't get paid. You're not getting paid.
I get
You
paid
don't get paid.
100 bi-weekly.
You paid 100 bi-weekly.
Yeah, because I only have 3 hours.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I am broke, but I can help.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay, we can discuss that then. We can do that.
As long
We can look
as-
into doing a video like that.
Yeah, what
I need to make videos.
you do?
So I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
What's the plan then? What are you planning on uploading then?
I don't have a plan.
No,
That's the bad thing. I don't. This is my plan.
the podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting the podcast started will then get me started on everything else. Because as I start doing this,
It'll just snowball.
that's what I'm hoping for. It'd be really bad if it just like I start this and it just stops. It's just like
This is the only
roll
episode.
once. It goes like down the hill and just stops. Like I need this to be at like the top of a really tall mountain, so it just snowballs.
This is the only episode.
This better
that will
not be
come
the
out
only
of
episode.
this.
No, no. I actually really miss doing the podcast.
Hmm.
That was like I stopped doing it because I got so busy and I couldn't consistently get a guest. But I miss doing it
Rosie on again.
with you here.
Hell yeah.
'Cause now you're the co-host. Now it's you and me talking to our guests. We
Mhm.
three of us.
I'm just gonna be berating him. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna abuse him. during that episode.
abuse Cameron.
You
actually-
abuse me too.
Shut up.
I kind of like it.
And you've already done that. I don't. 17 minutes in, you've already done something that I could have to edit out.
I mean,
Idiot.
it's not like the first episode.
What first episode of the podcast?
Yeah.
Like-
when I was a guest.
I didn't edit anything. Oh yeah, it's because you made Rosie sound like a pedophile. I didn't edit that out though. It's in it.
Yeah.
It's in the episode because he let me keep it in. Which appreciate. That's a big risk.
I mean, there's context in that.
Huh?
There's context in that.
Yeah, check out episode 1.
Unless if you're a Twitter user.
What?
No, Twitter users don't take any context, man. They run with what
That's
they
true.
see.
That's true. I hate Twitter.
I love Twitter.
I just don't go. I don't
The
go
amount
on
of
it.
brainlets on that site, man.
I feel so smart when I go on Twitter.
I do too.
Like, whenever I go on Twitter, I feel like a genius. 'Cause I was like, I'll be like, oh, this is like a reasonable thing to say. Let's click on that and see the comments. See how long it takes for someone to be brain dead. Literally, like majority of the
The
time,
first
first
comment.
comment.
Yeah, have you heard of Maps?
What?
Maps.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're into a treat. So a few years ago,
Uh-oh.
they were trying to introduce this new thing to the LGBTQ community.
I don't like that. I don't like this. Oh,
Okay.
oh wait. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't like. I can't tell you what you're talking about, but I
Mhm.
think I know what you're talking about.
So
Don't like this though.
they were planning on adding maps, and
What is MAPS?
so it's an acronym.
Yeah, what is it? I know it's an
For-
acronym. Is it pedophilia?
Yep.
Okay, so I-
Minor attracted people.
that's what it's called. Oh god. I've seen
So
that.
originally it was a 4chan joke.
And then it became like I remember
It became an actual movement.
I've seen those movements. Not from directly people, from like accounts making fun of those people. Where it's like
The people made accounts of like, oh, Batman supports maps, and it'd just be the map flag, and then they would continuously post that with different types of characters, like, oh, Dora supports maps. Like, what the fuck?
oh my god.
And
I
then
hate
there's
that.
actual people who support it. Like, what the fuck?
I know I've seen like actual people who support it, and they'll be like I think it was one of the first times I've seen it on one of those accounts making fun of the people.
Mm.
In the comments, it was like, "Why are you guys all hating on that? Like, we support the LGBT. Well, we support your interests. Why can't you support ours? Like, come on, stop being so close minded." I was like, "You're adding yourself in public. You're adding yourself in public. It wasn't even like a burner account. It was someone's personal account.
Jesus
like with a full
Christ, man.
bio that like I don't even. It was like some author.
The same people who watched fucking Cuties and said there was nothing wrong with it.
I've never seen it, but I don't want to.
Have you heard of?
Oh, I know all about
Oh,
it.
you know all about it.
I saw
Fuck.
it when it came out. I saw so much stuff about it.
Fuck. Netflix, huh?
That was that was such a weird move for them. I don't understand that. I would never do that. If I was running Netflix, I would never do that.
I mean,
What's your
Netflix is running into a shithole right now.
what's your
What's
top
happening?
what's your top streaming service that you use?
Nothing.
That's fair.
I don't watch shit.
That's
I
fair.
pirate shit.
See,
In that case, it'd be
like,
allanime.site.
so okay, say it's anime. Um, I use Netflix like a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, they're just like recently rolling out their ad supported tier.
They're what?
They're ad supported. $7 a month to get ads to watch your stuff on Netflix.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's an actual thing. Ads on Netflix. They're adding like commercials.
So it's just TV.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That defeats the whole.
Do you want to know what the nuts thing about it is? Because it was like on one of those like grids where it's like you pay that like you get this plan. This is what you get from it.
Mhm.
You get 480p, or no 720p. You're paying $7 a month for ads for the ad one with commercials, pretty much.
And how much is
It's only 720
how much is normal?
for the standard. When you finally get 1080p,
Mm.
it's like $15 a month. There's the ad one, and then there's I think one more, and then there's the 1080p. Yeah, their two lowest tiers don't even get 1080p.
That's
The
like
quality.
that's
It's
essential
2022.
now. Yeah.
It's 2020. Why am I not getting? Why am I paying you for a streaming service and you're putting ads on it and I'm not even getting good quality?
Yeah. Not even
That's
not even
crazy.
on like old iPhones like these.
No, that's
Like,
crazy to me.
Even with pixel density, that's not gonna fucking help.
No, it's crazy to me that that's okay.
Yeah.
Why is that an acceptable thing? That I'm paying. Why? That blew me away when I
Netflix,
saw
huh?
that. Netflix,
Netflix.
No, that's crazy.
On top of their mediocre list now. It's mediocre now,
know.
right?
It's pretty mediocre. I've seen like a few things. I don't watch a lot of Netflix originals. I'll watch like stuff that comes from other places onto Netflix
Mm-hmm.
because it's decent.
Yeah, like why go to Netflix when Disney has everything?
Well, exactly. They're like the stuff that Disney doesn't have. That's what I watch on Netflix.
Yo, even Disney is pumping out anime now. Well, not pumping out. They're
But like they got it.
they're
Sick.
adding in. I don't know if you heard about Black Rock Shooter.
I think I've heard something about it.
Yeah, there's a. I'm surprised about this because they had like a very like scantily dressed like magic girls, I guess. But
Okay.
I don't know. They probably did character redesigns for it, but
I don't know.
surprised they picked it up.
They let a lot of stuff on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was true. I think I heard something about like adding a like an age to your account, your like your profile or whatever.
That'd be nice.
So you like stuff was like certain stuff was locked out.
Yeah. What if it's just not all kids? I'd get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, Star Wars. Star Wars anime.
I've actually I don't know why I haven't watched that yet.
It's so fucking good.
It
Except for like,
it looked so good.
except for like, what was it? Just like a music. You know, idol groups in anime.
Yeah.
Fuck. They have one of those, but in Star Wars, and it's just the most
Oh
boring piece of shit.
damn. Okay,
Like the
well,
animation.
I'll enjoy the other ones.
Animation's clean,
Yeah,
and all of them.
they all like
Fuck.
everything I saw when they came out looked so good.
Yup.
I was so impressed by how they looked. And I was like, yeah, that's why they're on my list. I'm not a big anime like watcher, but they look so good. I was like, yeah, I have to see them.
So clean.
That looks sick. No, that's awesome. Damn.
Mhm.
Damn, that's good. I was gonna say something and I forgot.
There's Dead Space now, so I'm gonna say another slur.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. There's many things we can do before we say it. You, not we. You say a slur.
I mean, I can egg you on to saying that.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
What about
Nope. No. I was just trying to figure this out. We need sponsors so we can like in that dead space when you go to when you go to say a story, we just instantly cut to like BetterHelp is not just therapy. It's for anybody who needs help. So
well, like a slur like zipperhead.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well bleep
No,
that out.
no. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, you'll look it up
I'm gonna look it up.
just so you know I am one.
Why can't you just like be normal?
So
Why
what
can't you
that
just
slur
not say
means
this stuff?
is like during World War II.
Oh god, that was like a bad time for slurs.
Actually, it was either World War II or Vietnam.
Both
we're not gonna continue.
both bad times for slurs.
Actually, you're not adding this part in.
You're right. I'm not. I'm getting rid of this. I don't care if you don't say what it is. I'm getting rid of this. This is
Okay.
bad.
Well, it's what is it? Asians getting headshotted, and they just call them zipperheads.
Oh,
Yeah.
not what I expected.
Yeah, have you heard of Chink?
Moving on. We're moving on.
None of that's being used.
You're right. Yeah, nothing is being used. If you keep going along this path as we film more episodes of you being like incredibly offensive or whatever, and to points where I have to cut stuff out, we're just gonna make a Patreon for people to where I just it's gonna seem like it is like you get the edgy content. It's just so I can be lazy and not have to edit that stuff. I can just like and upload. I hate you, by the way. just so we're clear, I do hate you.
Woo!
Woo!
Mission complete.
That was your goal.
Yep.
There's so many easier ways to do that than saying you're gonna be on a podcast with me. Not showing up to work. That's one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Shit's right. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
What did you do?
Literally nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
No. You know what I hate?
Me.
Yes, and I'm old. You're older than me,
Why are
but
you
like,
old?
I have a sleep schedule now,
You were just removed from a fetus like a month ago, bro.
and I'm old.
Okay.
I have a sleep schedule. I don't need alarms anymore.
That's good.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
I get up at 7:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
No alarms. I went to bed at 2 last night. I woke up at 7:40.
Like 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my god. How are you that bad at math?
Okay, no, okay. Let me explain.
What do you mean? Let me explain. There's no explaining.
there is explanation. You're not.
That was wrong.
Okay, no, you're not.
That was
not
wrong.
Asleep for the entire 5 hours.
Where?
Huh?
I know how sleep works.
Yes. So you're more asleep for like 3.
Yeah, I know. And yet I woke up. That's the thing. I woke up fully rested. Like I could not go back to sleep. I was up at 7:40 and I was up.
I wish I could have that fucking power.
I don't. I want to go back to the sleeping until noon.
Hell no. That means you can be productive.
No,
That's optimal.
No, I wake up at 7:40 and then I spend 2 hours wishing I could go back to sleep and hating it, and then I start doing stuff. You know what could work instead?
What?
I actually sleep those 2 hours and then I wake up to an alarm and do stuff.
Or you can just do something within those 2 hours.
Probably not gonna happen. I'm just gonna complain the entire
How about
time.
we switch our problems? I want that fucking problem.
That's fine with me. You can take the good sleep schedule, the waking up on time. I don't want that. I don't.
You know how many hours I'm spending at fucking college now? Holy.
So many, considering that you have one time a week that you can actually do anything.
Yeah. I'm
Why are you so busy?
Okay, because I'm doing art and mechanics at the same time.
Like art at school or art on your own time?
On time.
So
well, at school.
Yeah, of course.
But
that's cool. That's fair.
Yeah. I'm turning it into something.
Nice. I wish I was a better student.
I wish I was too. I wish I didn't have different ambitions.
I wish. Yeah, me too.
Wish I just had, okay, I'm in mechanics. Just go in the straight line of that.
Yeah, me too. I wish I was like, oh yeah, I'm 100% committed to this. I'll do all my time on this. I wish I could study better. Like I wish I actually cared more about studying.
Yep.
I just don't. Like,
Yeah, you have like how many essays
oh, I've
when
I'm
like
good
you
at essays though.
completed like last minute?
I do all my essays last minute, but I'm good at that.
You good at that? Fuck.
Essay
That's my weakest
exams
shit.
exams I don't like because I don't like studying.
Mm.
Essays I will leave until last minute. Do them. I get 90. Like I'm good at essays. I'm good at last minute stuff. And
Teach me this fucking power
it's
because I am
it's that pressure because
brain dead.
I get distracted so easily,
Mm.
so easily. I'll be like, okay, this essay is due in 3 weeks. I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna get it done early. I sit down at the computer. I'll start writing. I'll be like, okay, I need to do a little bit of research for this. I'll do one thing and something else will pop in my head. Like, ooh, I should look that up. Look that up, and then I'm done. I won't.
What?
The essay's done for a week because now I can't stay focused on that. So it takes until the day of when I'm like, I can't. Like, I'll be writing. I'll be like, okay, I'll stop this and I'll go do something else and I'll come back later. I'm like, no, I can't because it's due
What?
tonight. I can't do that. That's the only reason I actually get my essays done.
Mm.
I leave until absolute last minute when there's literally no time I can push it off to, and I do it because I'm too scared of failing. Like honestly, if I was okay with failing, I'd be screwed because I would be like, let's do today. I don't need to do it though, and then boom, I fail everything.
That's how I work. I crumble under pressure.
I thrive under pressure. I thrive.
We are two different people.
We are.
Yeah, I'm Asian.
There's like more differences between us than that.
Like rights
I'm successful.
or rights. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, before you go, I hate you. I can't do this with you. I can't do this with you. I hate you. You're gonna have to stop being that if
What do
this is
you
gonna
mean?
work.
Hell no.
Hell yes. Did you know there's a scientific way to do anal?
What the fuck is this?
No, see, there. I can explain my logic behind that. Behind bringing that up. Okay.
Okay.
So when I thought about doing the podcast again,
Mm-hmm.
I was also getting back into podcasts, and then when I thought I should have a co-host, I just found a podcast that I actually really found funny.
Just say that you wanted to do anal with me.
Don't. I want to make that clear. I really don't want to do it with you.
Okay.
So that is clear and on the record. I don't want to do that with you. Do not want to do it with you. Don't want to do it. I think I've sent you like clips from them. There's the two guys from Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah. I found them really funny.
So
I was like,
you're stealing a topic from them.
yeah, I absolutely am.
Okay.
Because it shocked me. Because when I first was listening to them, I was like, oh, they're funny. They're funny. I was like, listen to that, and then it switched over to the next episode. They spent the entire time talking about anal.
The fuck do you mean scientific way of doing
Surveys of the best way to do it. There was
scientific.
surveys.
It's not really scientific.
It is scientific. That's collecting data.
Okay, it's collecting data, but
That's scientific. That's science. They put
I
electrodes in the brain.
Yeah. That or like specific angles at which is the best way to climax at. Like fuck. What's the proper length? What's the proper like velocity to thrust at?
You don't want to know what proper length.
You're saying that because I'm Asian.
Saying that because I've. No, there's no way to get out of this. No,
Okay.
it's losing something of myself. So clearly we're both single. That was obvious.
Clearly, bro. Okay.
Did you really think you were giving off the aura of being taken?
Hell no.
Good, because you were not.
Okay. My ego is like up there, and now you just fucking.
What do you mean your ego was up there?
Yeah, it was.
What do you mean how was your ego up there?
It was.
Why?
My confidence, man. It's gone now. It's because of you.
Had confidence? That sounds
bad.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, I can't explain it because there's no good way that I meant it.
Okay.
I just didn't mean like that.
Okay. I'll remember this.
Good.
Okay, fuck you.
I don't know what you want from me. What do you want from me?
Not this.
I didn't want this from you either.
Well, it ain't changing.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
I'm a master manipulator. You know, I've come to kind of realize about myself.
What?
Kind of good at convincing people to do stuff.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna stop being racist.
Me. That wasn't an offer. Um, no, I realized that because like when I was doing the big YouTube series
Hmm.
with Cameron, when I was having him come all the time, I manipulated him so many times.
What the fuck?
Like I didn't. It wasn't like a malicious thing, but like the amount of times I'd be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And he'd say yes, and I convince him to do that, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, "Yeah, but by the way, we're
Let's
filming a
film.
video,"
Okay.
and he'd be like, "Oh, like the biggest one that comes to mind
Hmm.
is the first video we went exploring, where he genuinely did not know that we were going to this underpass. He told me all about it, how scary it was, and I was like, "Cool."
And then you decided to
And
go.
in his mind, I was like, "Yeah, so we'll come over and film a video, and you'll tell me about it." And then like I didn't say we're gonna go there.
Yep.
And so he's like, "Okay, cool." So I went over, we're filming, and like in the video, I said, "Okay, let's go." And he's like, "Oh no, but okay." And he agreed. And I stopped the camera. He's like, "Okay, cool." So I'll like, when do you want to actually go? I was like, "Oh, now." And he's like, "Huh?" I was like,
What?
well, I mean, we're committed to it already. And like looking back at that, I manipulated him so badly.
What the fuck?
Like I kind of feel bad because he was actually really scared to go.
Wait, which underpass was it?
It was like this bridge with like the video is called The Underpass.
Oh, was it the one with the graffiti and shit?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
graffiti one. He was actually terrified to go.
I'd imagine, like, probably like stumble across some like homeless dude,
That's the
cracked
thing.
out homeless dude.
He's gone there a night before and was almost attacked by a homeless dude,
What
which
the
is why he was so afraid to go. And looking back on it, I feel really bad that I did that.
You should. What the fuck?
I know. I
What the fuck?
I'm recognizing my faults. Okay, I'm a bit
Years later.
I'm a little bit manipulative. It's only been a year and a half, a year and a bit. It was only last August.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm recognizing my faults. Okay, I'm a little bit manipulative. I'll admit that. I
Okay,
manipulate people
now
a little
what
bit.
have you done to me? I guess I'm on this podcast.
Yeah, we're sitting here. I mean, I didn't really manipulate you for this.
Yeah.
Speaking of the podcast, I've manipulated people on the podcast,
How'd you do that?
put them on the spot, and like make it so they can't. Like, it's not really manipulating them that much, but like with Cameron with the Pokemon thing,
Hmm.
he told me that as a joke. Or the Obama when he was talking about the Obama role play.
Eh?
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you don't watch the episodes. He told me that he met a girl over Among Us, and then he did Obama role play with her. And he told me that, and he was like, I was like, we're joking. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make you do it on the podcast. He's like, no, you're not. Like, he thought I was joking. And then the podcast came. I was like, he's like, so what's next on the top? I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna tell everybody about this. And then he did.
What the fuck?
And you know what? I need more stories like that. That's the number one podcast episode.
Nice.
I mean, it was only of 5 episodes. It's number one, but it's like 7 views on the app.
7.
Yeah, on the app, like on like audio wise, 7. It's got
Wait,
like
what app?
Anchor,
Oh, right.
the distributor. Like when they give the statistics on YouTube, it had like I think 40.
Nice.
Which yeah, no, it's pretty good. So we need someone juicy for this episode. Give me some weird kink, weird sex story.
thing? I'm vanilla, man.
Oh fuck! I promise you, I would never bring this up on a podcast.
What?
You don't want me to bring it up. You don't want me to bring
Yeah.
it up because you made me promise not to.
Yep, and you're not bringing it up.
What if people paid us?
Fuck.
What if? Hear me out, okay? Hear me out.
Okay, if they paid you,
Hear
sure.
me out. Hear me out. What if
Mm.
we had a following going,
Mm-hmm.
and then we start like, and then people, I
Gaining
don't know,
traction.
we gain traction. You know, like I don't know if we had like a Patreon or something. We reached a certain number, and then we would do an episode where you just, tell all that you made me promise not to ask you about.
I'm gonna put a fucking high bar on this.
What's the bar?
Given that this is.
Come on. Gut feeling. What
Patreon for
what would it take for you to reveal those stories on podcast?
$1,000 Patreon monthly?
Fuck you.
What?
That's so much.
I know exactly.
Drop it down a little bit. Come on.
Bruh.
I'm manipulating you right now. I'm recognizing I'm manipulating you to embarrass yourself for money. Okay, come on, 1,000 is so much.
I know, that's
Because think
exactly
think
why.
about it like that. If we had if it was $5 to join the Patreon,
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
exactly.
That's gonna take forever.
Yeah.
By that point, you might have more embarrassing stories. Like, don't you want these stories to get out earlier before you have more embarrassing ones that I can bring up?
Or how about I die with them?
Then I'll tell them.
Okay, what the fuck?
At your funeral, I'll do a live episode of the
What the-
podcast.
I'm just here in a casket.
Before you, I'm like, yeah, I'll
Same
go.
setup,
I'll go.
just bring the casket over here.
No, I'll bring all the camera gear there, and then they'll have me come up for like my little speech. I'm like, so, Oliver confided in me a lot.
Okay.
And he said he was gonna take these stories to the grave with him, and so I thought in front of all of his friends and family, I would expose himself as well as the world, all of his fans. This is a live episode of the Tweetcast. Hello. And I'll expose. Do you want that, or do you want to actually give yourself a chance to not only say the stories but defend yourself? Come on, gut feeling, realistic goal.
1,000 is realistic.
500.
Fuck.
That's 100 viewers. That's 100 people paying
Yeah,
for
sure.
Patreon.
And then you're
But-
just, and then you're just gonna pay 500 back to yourself.
I'm,
Fuck no, I'm not counting that.
I'm gonna open a Patreon and throw $500
Yeah,
in.
I'm
No, okay, yeah, sir. 500. That
500.
would 100 Patreon contributors.
Mhm.
Okay.
Better not be like some BS where like some random dude puts in like
Mr. Beast
250.
throws in $500,000 because he really wants to know the stories. No, okay. I mean, I'll do something. I would be willing to sacrifice myself too.
Okay, what would you?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't really have like off high end. I'll tell stories about like my relationship misadventures.
Wait, what?
I have like a billion misadventures about girls.
Oh, that can work.
Okay. I'll do it for 500 too.
Do it for what?
So if we reach that goal, we'll do an episode dedicated to you and an episode dedicated to me.
All right.
Cool. Yours are gonna be way worse though. Just to get you guys excited, it's about sex.
I'm gonna say a slur.
Please don't. I mean, I can cut it now. Like you didn't say a slur through that, so it's gonna stick. It's here.
Yeah.
All right. Once we start Patreon, once we get 100 contributors or $500, he's gonna tell about sex stories. I'm excited now.
Swear to God.
I'm looking forward to that so much.
I swear if it.
I'm gonna open a Patreon tomorrow and just see how fast
Oh
it
my
goes.
fucking God.
No, 100%. If we hit, I don't know actually. I don't know when would you open a Patreon
Like for the podcast?
for the podcast? Like at what point would it make sense to do that? You know, some podcasts like as soon as they start, they have their Patreon for the cut content.
Right away then.
So right away?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Their Patreon link in the description then.
Fuck.
You realize because I've made the goal 500 too, you're only getting paid 250 to tell those stories. I mean, you're getting paid 250 anyways
why I
because we were
should-
split it.
That's why I should have kept 1,000, bro.
No, you know how much $250 is? You make 100 bi-weekly.
I know.
It's literally a
That's
month and a
because-
half
because I
pay
work
for
3
you,
hours a week.
and that would be 1 hour of. I'd probably be like 2 hours of torture. I could definitely stretch it out, manipulate you into telling more about yourself.
Oh my fuck.
That's cool. You need money anyways. We're going to VidCon this year. Forget about that.
Oh fuck.
You agreed last year.
Right.
You gave me a guarantee. You said 100% Liam next year. Since I have my job now, next year we're going.
And
I'll
then-
pay for it.
and
I'll
then-
pay for my ticket. We're going. I want to go with you.
And now I'm at college.
You knew you were going to college. You said that
Yeah.
knowing you were going to
I
college.
forgot.
I told you it was going to cost you money. Don't worry, we
Oh.
can come to an agreement. Not a sexual agreement, just so that is
Anal.
clear. No, no, same as last year. I'll pay for your ticket to VidCon if you're my cameraman.
All right.
There we go. You should have to pay for hotel and flights. Actually, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out
Might
then.
just take a week off early to drive down because it'll be cheaper.
Yep.
Flights are so expensive.
I mean, recently they've been cheap,
They have gone down.
like a shit ton. It's been like
That's true.
what $200 round trip from here
That's
to
good.
Vancouver.
That's good. Damn, that's good.
Yep.
Well, when we were looking last year, it was like $500 round. It was like $700 round
Hell
trip
no.
each of us.
Fuck.
Yeah, I started collecting air miles just to try and get a cheaper ticket because it was so much. Literally, that's the only, I have an air miles card just for that
Mhm.
because I saw how expensive they were, and I was like, okay. And I calculated how much I'd have to work to pay that. I was like, that's so
Fuck,
much.
that's too much.
So I was like, I buy stuff anyways. Let's just get air miles for it. So I use
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no, it works. It's gonna work. It'll be a great time. We'll be there, and by then maybe we'll be like popular enough that we actually have a fan meetup.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. Especially if like they're like sickos. They're like really weird people.
Fuck no.
We go and
Fuck
we're like,
no.
as soon as we're meeting people, we're just like looking at each other. We're like, let's go. They're like Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's as soon as we go, we get led into an alleyway, get fucking raped. No.
I don't know about you, but I'm built different. I'm not gonna say that joke. This is getting cut, or is getting left in the Patreon.
Patreon.
No, I'll probably cut this anyways.
What the fuck?
This is a little weird for me. We work in a public sector.
I know.
$5 to ruin our reputation.
I guess.
Like there's still gotta be limits to it. A few weeks ago, there was a lady there.
Wait, does that? I want to double check.
Oh yeah, no, it's still good.
Still
It
good?
just times out after every
All right.
15 minutes or so. No, it's still recording. No, so a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
there was a lady there that was like she had a big fuss about inappropriate clothing in the pool.
In the pool?
Yeah. Before I tell you actually what it was, what do you think when you hear someone coming up to like a lifeguard saying there's a lady with inappropriate clothing? What do you think she was wearing?
Okay, so if it's a Karen, it'd be like words on a shirt.
Wasn't a Karen.
Okay, skimpy.
You think skimpy.
Yep.
It was a swim hijab.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No,
Lady came because it's inappropriate to wear that in the pool.
I get when I was guarding and not instructing.
Yeah.
I got that shit all the time. Like,
No, it happens all the time.
it's just different cultures, man. It's
Like,
like the most we can do is just get them to shower, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
but everyone has a shower.
Yeah, everyone has to
It's
shower.
literally a cleansing shower that you get whatever dirt or something you have from outside off you.
Oh.
Same for everybody. And like it wasn't even like a regular one. It was a specific swimming one. It
There's a
it was
specific
it was like a
swimming
Speedo brand.
one. What the fuck is the problem with that?
That's the thing. There's literally no issue. And like that's also like in our pool
Mm.
when they say that it's either a religious clothing or skimpy. There's no in between. I've never been called over about inappropriate words. It's either a little too less or too much for some people.
Weird.
Yeah, big time weird.
People are fucking. I mean, we live in the. Oh, whoops.
What? Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Anyways.
Yeah. I love my job. This week, loved it so much.
Oh yeah, the.
Best week of my life. I love the job.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never thought about quitting this week. This week was a poster for why I'm still there. I never thought about quitting.
First story.
Being so sarcastic. I hated my week this week.
Yeah, what was the first event?
So I work 3 days a week.
Yep.
I work Monday mornings, Wednesday evenings, and Friday evenings.
Mhm.
I instruct Fridays, and then I guard the other 2 days. Monday morning, fine. I like there was nothing I left.
Yeah.
Worked. It was fine. Wednesday, going fine. We close the hot tub at 7:30, which I don't like. They explained it to me why we do that, so that they can clean it and stuff, so it doesn't like so we weren't.
Oh right, that
so-
that was that little sign on the side.
Yeah, we close at 7:30
Mhm.
so that we don't close it all the time because that like over the summer, that's what they kind of decided. Plus, they're so short staffed that that's what they have to do.
Yep.
So it's like okay, makes sense. Like whatever, makes sense to me. So usually because we've been doing this like since middle of September,
Mm.
usually I'm pretty good at giving them 5-minute warning, like every 5 minutes for the 15 minutes prior to it that we're closing it.
Mhm.
but I don't really have to. It's just a thing I do. No one else does that.
Yep.
And there's signage everywhere, so it's known.
Yep.
It's been there. We've been done this every week, and I tell them every week. Past week I didn't. Um, and this is actually really because I found more information out about this later on.
Mhm.
So I'm like, shit, it's 7:28. I gotta close it. It's like, okay,
2 minutes
7:29,
left.
7:30 comes. I'm like, okay, jet's off. Hey everyone, so we're closing the hot tub. We have to close it so the operations team can drain it and clean it. This guy starts yelling at me. I told you a little bit about that. He was like yelling at me how I'm like on a power trip and like being racist. I'm choosing to do it because it's so
Right.
full.
Yeah.
He's a public figure.
What?
Public figure. He's an MLA. This guy
Wait,
works.
what?
This guy works in the government. Did not know that. I did not realize that at the time. He works in the government.
Pull him up right now. You're showing this on the
I
podcast.
don't know his
but...
name.
Huh?
I don't know his name. I don't remember what he looks like.
Hmm.
But I was told afterwards
That he's an MLA.
he's an MLA.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I was like, that's crazy. That you're a public figure, that you work in government, and you were losing it on me because I was closing the hot tub.
MLA? Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's-
man.
That made
Oh
it so
my
much funnier to me
God.
that I got yelled at by a government figure for closing a hot tub when it's posted everywhere. And then after I finished, like I got into the deep end, I was like, okay, like that was rough.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I get yelled at all the time.
Yeah.
And it's partially because I'm white, and our demographic is not.
Yeah.
And so even like the smallest things, if they feel like it, they pull up race.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that happens. But I'm like, I'm used to being yelled at about that stuff.
Yep.
Just 'cause I've been there for so long, so it's kind of like a whatever. Like, oh, and yeah, cool, racist. Okay, move on.
You know, I joke about that shit, but that shit annoys me.
No, and it annoys me too. But like, yeah, because I've been there so long, and like I'm one of those that I enforce the rules.
Yeah.
Because I'm so terrified of the day I don't enforce the rules, something bad happens, and it comes down on me because I didn't do this my job.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty good at enforcing them. But yeah, so that happened, and then like this guy that was in the hot tub at that time came over afterwards. He's like, "Just want to let you know, like you were really in the right. I knew that. I got an email about that. I didn't want to say anything because he wasn't gonna listen to me. I thought it might get worse for you." I was like, "Oh, like I never get that.
That's nice.
No one ever comes and says you were right. They'll like the people that look at me and they're nodding when I'm saying stuff. They
Mhm.
won't ever say anything to me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I'm not used to that, so that's cool. And then that happened, rolled off my back. Coworkers noticed. They're like, "Yeah, you got yelled at, Liam. Like, are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's usual."
Mm.
And usually it's like, yeah, especially because I'm usually the one closing the hot tub, I get yelled at because of it. So I'm like, that's my one yell at for tonight. My weekly scream at Liam
Yep.
about some stupid rule he's enforcing.
I just don't understand. How do you get from closing a hot tub to being a fucking racist?
I know.
You close a hot tub, all of a sudden you own slaves.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's the one thing. Rest of the night's gonna go fine. I'm probably gonna get some grudgy people if I enforce the rules, but whatever.
Mhm.
Family of 4 comes in. They got 2 little kids.
Oh, is it the?
Yeah. And so I didn't. It didn't start with me. I was taking my break, and I didn't want to pay for a smoothie, so I was hanging out in the office studying.
Mhm.
First mistake. I stopped. Even if I don't go and buy anything, I leave the office on my 30.
Yeah.
So that I can't get yelled at or be involved in stuff. I was like, no, I'm gonna study today. I'm gonna stick around. Mistake number 1.
Fuck.
I should have left. This past month is reinforced by my specific rules, which is when I take my 30-minute break, I leave the pool.
Mhm.
Even if I'm not going to buy anything, I leave the pool, so I'm not in there.
Yep.
I don't work weekends
Mhm.
because that little sure, I'll take your shift on weekends turned into some bigger thing that I didn't sign up for. I taught 2 weekends in a row when I wasn't meant to. One of them was your fault, but the other one was because there was no one took a shift, so I had to do it.
Mhm.
And so that's like, I get thanked for that stuff, but I don't want to do that. So those are my 2 big rules.
Yep.
I broke them both this past month, these past few weeks, and and then of course I was shown why I don't break those rules. So I stuck around the office. These 2 kids come up, and I give them wristbands. They both tell me they're 7 and 4.
Mm.
Give them wristbands, set them off. So now they have to stay with their parents.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my went from hanging out with the parents in the kiddie pool to dad and the older kid went into the lane pool to start swimming. They were in the deep end. She can swim, but
Mm.
they were ditching each other. So if they were staying directly together, no issue.
problem, yeah.
She was swimming off without dad. Dad was swimming off without her, too far away from each other. So even though
Yeah.
she is a good swimmer, because she's so young, they have to stay together.
Yeah.
Lifeguard on deck talks to them, really not into it. Like mom's like way heated about it. Dad just doesn't want to hear it. I get called out. First, to double check that I did ask their ages and what ages they told me because dad's saying that she's 8, not 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, yeah, no, she told me she's 7. So, okay, talk to them. Talk to dad. Dad, this man pissed me off so much because he's one of those people where they just say the same thing over and over again. They don't participate in the conversation. They're just restating their thing.
Oh, jeez.
And his was, she's a good swimmer. Let her have fun. We're just trying to have fun. You make me feel like I want to leave. I respect your job and I understand what you're doing. Same.
I
different
respect
order.
your job.
I respect your job and I understand what you're doing was what really pissed me off when I would tell him the policy and he'd be like, I respect your job and I understand what you're doing, but we're trying to have fun. Why are you running our fun? So I told him that. I'm like telling him like the policy, like they have to stay together or she has to wear a life jacket or
It's not
something,
really
like all
policy.
that. It's a policy. I don't have control over that. I get why you're unhappy. She's a swimmer, a good swimmer. I can see that. But if something happens and we gave you a pass,
We are liable.
we can get in trouble. We get in trouble because
Yeah.
when they do an investigation on that, they'll look at that and they go, your job is to enforce that. Why didn't that happen? And then
Yep.
I have no explanation because I gave him a pass. So I'm explaining all that. He's not hearing that. He's doing the same thing over and over again. And then this man, he's like, why do you keep saying she's 7? I'm like, because she told me she was 7. And he's like, no, she's 8. She's just, in her mind, she doesn't think she's 7 yet. I was like, I didn't ask what that meant. I gave him a kind of like a little face because I'm kind of confused. And then unprompted by me, he goes, because her birthday's next month. She doesn't think she's 7 yet, 8 yet.
Next month.
I was like,
Okay, so she's 7.
I was like, I looked at him like, I can't laugh because this is going to piss him off. I'm like, so her birthday's next month. He went, yes. I'm like, so she's 7. He went, no, she's 8. I went, no, she's not. Her birthday is next month. She is 7 at the current time. He didn't like that, so he has to speak to the manager. Yep. Manager comes out. I explain the situation to him. He starts doing it. Does the same thing he was doing to me with repeating the same things over and over again.
Mm.
Manager was starting to get like frustrated because nothing was happening. All the while we're dealing with this, mom is with the younger kid. She's gone to read the rules.
Yep.
I don't know what she was thinking she was going to achieve with this, but she comes back and on the rules it talks about how kids under 7 have to be or under 8 have to be with a parent.
Yep.
It doesn't specify that kids above like 8 and above don't. They have to just do some test or wear a life jacket.
Yep.
Yeah. So she comes back to me, and I'm just finished the manager, and I'm walking back, and she goes, "Excuse me, so I just read the rules. It just says if they're under 8, okay? If they're 3 to 7, then they have to be with their parent." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, why?" I was like, "Well, why are you talking to my daughter then?" I'm like, "Because she's 7." And she went, "Yeah, but what about 8 and over?" I went, 8 and over
It's not
it's
specified.
a different thing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I genuinely I've thought about it. I'm trying to understand what she was doing.
What the fuck
don't
is your
get
thought
what
process?
I don't know what the thought process of bringing that up to me was. Because she literally read what I've been telling them. And she was just so heated. She was yelling about the lifeguard yelling across the pool and all that, which, granted, could have gone a little closer to yell at the person across the pool. But save time, yell across the pool. It was someone was flipping in the shallow end. They were doing flips into the pool. So that would be a reason why I would just, if it was me, I would just yell across the pool, get it before they can do it again, or if they hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't even surfaced yet. It would literally flip, yelled across, which, that makes sense to me. She was getting all mad about that. She was getting so heated, and she started swearing. And I was like, okay.
So wait, so what happens when they just continuously not listen to the?
We can kick them out.
Yeah, how do you guys kick? How do you kick them out?
Oh, he walks them out.
Like literally just grabs them, or
he goes, all right, get out, leave. Because if they don't leave, like voluntarily with the manager, we call the police.
Oh, okay.
That becomes a code white. even though there's like they're not
Wait,
actually
that becomes a code white?
becomes a code white.
Oh.
Yep. If they're refusing that and they're becoming like verbally aggressive against us,
Mhm.
it becomes code white. So we call the police, and the police remove them. And like honestly, he was that close away from threatening them with the police.
Yep.
But, you know, she was livid. She started swearing at us, and I'm like, okay, well, like at this point, we could actually call that and get the police involved. I don't want to, because I don't want to spend my night doing that. I don't want to have to stay late or whatever.
Mhm.
But okay,
Do you
whatever.
have to like write out shit when that happens, or
But yeah, I would
that
have
makes sense?
because I was the one responding to it. I
Mhm.
start like talking to them. I would have to give her like I have to talk to the police too. I didn't want to do all that. Marriage
Mhm.
didn't want to do all that. We're like, dad and daughter went back to the kiddie pools. Like I'm fine with that if they're in there. Like I don't really care.
Yep.
She's a good enough swimmer that she's not going to drown in there. More than likely, I don't really care.
Yep.
Cool with that. And literally, like mom swears at me. She walks away. I'm like, cool. Done with that. We can walk away. As I'm walking away, mom walks in with a little kid. I'm like, oh fuck. I have to give her a wristband.
Yep.
So I stop the mother. I'm like, hi. How old is she? I asked that. Mom walks back. Can you leave her the fuck alone? Let her have fun. Like she's just trying to have fun. Why do you have to bug and ruin everybody's fun? Starts laying into me. The lady I just asked about her kid
Mm.
was so like her face just dropped and she was shocked about what was going on. And I'm just like, ma'am, I'm just asking how old the kid is. I'm not forcing her to do anything. I'm just asking. Lady walks away, tells me I get her a wristband. She's happy about it.
Mm.
Apologizes for the lady yelling at. She's like, I don't know why she did that. I'm like, don't worry, it's not you. And then later on, she told one of the other lifeguards, she's like, yeah, you're one of the only normal ones here. The other ones, like, they're so rude and weird.
Wait.
The lady that was like swearing and yelling,
Mm.
she went and told one of the other lifeguards. She was like, yeah, you're the normal one here tonight. Yeah,
What
no,
the fuck?
and like that, like I went from there and then went back into the office. That took 20 minutes of my break, so I didn't get a break.
What the
Walk
fuck?
in there and like there was two people in there and like, you okay? Like what? Yeah, I'm fine. Like that was like she was way too aggressive with you. Like are you like that was? Are you good?
I'm surprised nothing fucking. I'd be fucking seething, to be
Oh,
honest.
I was pretty pissed.
Mm.
I was like there, but I've been there so long. I'm pretty good at keeping it in until I get out of work. And it was so close to us closing. I was like, oh, please stay until we close, so I can start letting it come through. When
Yeah.
I like whistle, blast into it way louder than I need to, and be like, all right, we're closed. Get out. I didn't
Yeah.
get to because they left.
Fuck. That'd be satisfying though.
It would be, but like they were kind of concerned about me. And then like when I talked to our bosses later on, they're like checking in on me about that.
Mm.
I got into my car at the end of the night. I was like, oh. I just sat there for a few minutes.
Mm.
I was like, that was a lot tonight. Like one, I can deal with one yelling at. That's like an easy. But the piling on, especially with like those people, like so much.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that was too much. I kind of sat there and was like, okay, I'm either gonna sit here for a few minutes and go, or I'm gonna start crying. I didn't cry. I just went home. But it was not fun. I hated it. I thought about just taking the day off the next day.
Honestly, wouldn't. I don't think anyone would blame you. No one would.
No, I don't think so. Honestly, everyone's kind of good. Like they're ready for me to start at work.
Mm.
Like after like walking away, I knew that like on my face, it was obvious that like
Like you were.
I just wasn't as good as I was before.
Mhm.
Cause yeah, but no, I was good. I'm pretty good at keeping that in. You know, I bury it down. Wait until like
sound healthy at all.
just wait until like I accidentally pour a little water on my foot and I just like break down like full on just stud. Losing it. In that episode where I talk about like, yeah, I asked her out and she was shy. And I just, they 20 minutes to me just like bawling into the mic and you were just like sitting
I'm just sitting like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm good. She yelled at me for no reason. I was just trying to keep a kid safe. Just like start unloading everything. I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna be good.
Maybe.
No, maybe. We don't know. Maybe I'll break down off camera. Like tomorrow I'll stub my toe. And I'll just like slide down the floor. Like, leave it good. I was. I can't do it. I can't do this anymore. It was just a toe. I can't. I'm gonna do it. Liam, pull it together. You're on the pool deck. I don't care. Jump in with a brick and drown.
Yeah.
No, then that wasn't even. I was like, okay, Wednesday, whatever, bad day.
Yeah.
Friday shift. I teach. I don't have to talk to angry parents.
Mhm.
The parents I interact with love me. They think I'm great with the kids.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm excited for this. It's gonna be good. It was. It was fine.
Mhm.
I was super excited for the swim team to come in because I'm like, okay, we're gonna learn first aid stuff so that when we get back, we can do scenarios, which is like my favorite thing to do because it's so much fun.
Mhm.
3 kids showed up. I told all the kids. There's 10 kids signed up. Everyone show up next week. So like,
Honestly, the same thing when that happened with my
I
class.
know. But the worst thing is,
Mm.
I introduced new first aid things that are fair game for the scenarios.
Yep.
3 of them learned how to deal with heart attack.
Out of the 10.
A few other things like that ruins it. Like a few of them know how to do removal. So instead of doing an hour of scenarios, I'm gonna have to spend like half an hour teaching them first aid so everyone's on the same page.
Yep.
So that sucks. But that finishes, and literally 7:30 it ends. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna be a good employee. Like I'm gonna be a good instructor. I'm gonna put my phone away. So I start cleaning up equipment. There's like stuff everywhere. So I'm helping out cleaning up extra stuff too.
Mhm.
Talking to the lifeguards, checking with everybody because I'm also like technically I'm like the most senior staff there. So I'm like I'm gonna do like a little team leady thing, make sure that people are okay before I leave.
Mhm.
Get to the office with my towels, drawing off. Like cool, time to go. Whistle blow. I like literally whistle. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm excited to go home. It's tacos. Whistle blow. I'm like, fuck. And at first I'm like, please just say someone was like joking around. Look out, lifeguards on the ground with somebody. I'm like, fuck. Go out on the pool deck. Literally, I'm like, guys, I'm so excited. It's tacos. Literally about to grab my phone. Whistle. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, fake. Getting attention. Just didn't do it right. Look outside, lifeguard. I'm like, fuck. Walk out there. Everyone out of the pool into the change rooms.
Yep.
Kick everybody out. I'm like, damn it, dude.
Now you have to stay.
God. I'm like, okay, maybe I don't have to stay.
Hmm.
Someone texted my boss that like giving them like an indirect update of what's going on.
Hmm.
He knew I was there. He's like, yeah, Liam, give me a call when we open the pool before we open the pool again. I'm like, no, that means I have to stay. I'm like, oh, well, at least I'm getting paid for it. Whatever.
Hmm.
I hang out. They're called EMS. They were on top of things. There was also 3 DMs that night. They're training a new guy. Call EMS. Call goes great. The guy's feeling okay. I'm like, okay, this isn't life threatening. He's okay. He's gonna be fine. So good. Hanging out. I'm like, we're good. We're gonna be good.
It's gonna take a few minutes.
This will take like roads aren't that great. Half an hour maybe. I'll be out by like 8:30.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. We're hanging out. So good. 8:30 comes by. I'm like, okay. Weird.
Where's the
Doesn't usually
EMS?
take this long. This isn't right. Like I know in the past they have taken a little while to get here, but like okay. It's coming up an hour
What was
though.
the longest?
The longest
Hmm.
in the past was like 20 no, it was like 40 minutes.
Sheesh.
40 minutes. It was a low priority thing.
That makes sense.
Which is why they weren't like in a rush. So I was like, okay. 40 minutes like the longest. So maybe they'll be here soon.
Yep.
8:45 comes around. So now it's been 1 hour since we've called. Nothing. So now we're all kind of confused. We're like looking at each other. We're like, what's going on? Like, yeah, pool's not gonna be reopening, so you guys can just close it. So we do our closing duties. I'm like, cool. Just
But
before
he
not,
has to stay.
Hmm?
He has to stay, right?
everyone has to stay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because we're still waiting for EMS for him. So he's staying out. Manager's hanging out with him, just chatting. Like the guy's feeling fine. He's apologetic that we're all hanging out still. But he's fine. He's staying because we've asked him to stay. We're doing a whole thing. Whatever. And then give the boss a call. And he's like, so how'd it go? I was like, oh, EMS still hasn't arrived. We just closing the pool. He's like, you're kidding. Call. He's like, okay. So until EMS arrives, I need 2 people to stay. Liam, because you're most senior staff.
Yep.
One of them needs to be you.
And
You guys can choose who else. Everyone else is free to go. Just one more person will pay you for it. So I'm like, okay.
Responded.
Yeah, rescue it. That's exactly what we're like. Okay, you rescued, so you'll stay. Like he was like, yeah, I'll stay. I was like, cool. So me and him stay. We choose to stay. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it'll be like 9 o'clock. Let's show up. 9:15. Hanging out. Pool's completely closed. People have left. 9:15 comes around. Like, cool. Okay, whatever. 9:30. Still nothing. Literally no word. Like, what's taking this long?
Wait, at that point, do you guys just call 911 again, or
I don't. I don't know
like what the fuck is the
because
procedure for
we
that?
aren't trained. That there is no procedure for that. There is no procedure for 911 not showing up after we've called them. What we can do
Mm.
is tell them that they like look into arrangements for them to take themselves.
Yep.
Which is what they did. So they're having a discussion like, is there someone we can call for you? Like, are you sure there's no one? Because he said no originally. We're like, they're sure that there's no one we can call for you to come take you to the hospital or whatever. It's like, no, it's just me. All that, feeling fine. 9:45 comes around. So now it's been 2 hours since we called
What the
911.
fuck?
Nothing. We're like, facility's completely closed by this point. And they come like, hey, do you want to go get changed? So they walk them to get changed.
Mm.
And we're like, okay, well, we'll finish closing the pool up because we hadn't put the vacuum in yet because they were right in that area.
Yep.
So we do that. And we're hanging out in the office. Okay,
Soon.
what's going on? 10 o'clock. I'm like, this is ridiculous. We also, now we have no idea where they are because they didn't come back to the pool. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to figure out where they are so we can go at least wait with them in case EMS shows up.
Yep.
And they don't forget that we're here. Give them a call. I'm like, yeah, no, he just left. While he was getting changed, he had a conversation with us and he said, I don't want you guys staying any longer. I don't think they're coming. I'm going to leave.
Mhm.
So he did because he's allowed to.
They didn't let you know.
They were about to. They also,
they were
also
about
did
to.
kind of forget that we were there.
Okay.
They assumed that we had left at that point because they didn't know that we had to stay.
Mhm.
So like, oh fuck. Okay, thanks. Just as I'm talking to them, call from the boss to get an update because it's been an hour and a half since we called them.
Yep.
Yeah, they were coming to check on us because they assumed that like to make sure we were gone.
Mhm.
Didn't realize that we were still there. So I was like, yeah, no. He just left. It was just cleared. So now we're leaving at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Bear in mind, my shift ended at 7:30.
Fuck, 3 hours.
My plan was to be out of the facility and on my way home, be home by 8 o'clock.
The tacos are cold.
Eat tacos, and then play Modern Warfare 2 all night because I had to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that's my plan. I got home at 10:15. Like no,
Fuck.
I got home like 10:20. Walk in the door, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's heat up the tacos. So heat up the meat. I make it. I'm like, this was not what my night was gonna. My plan for my Friday night, was not to stay at the until 10 o'clock. Like, I understand why I had to,
Yeah.
and I understand the situation, but why did it take 2 hours? And they over 2 hours they had not shown up. When we left, and EMS had not shown up, still 2.5 hours had passed.
That's very fucking concerning,
Ridiculous. Yeah, I know. And I understand because he was fine,
Mhm.
he was awake, and we were caring for him. Low priority.
Yeah.
So they're not going to come right away. Which at the time when it was taking so long, I assumed, oh yeah, they're going to take a little bit longer. Which is why even the longest I've had in the past was 40 minutes for like a low priority thing.
Mhm.
I added in road conditions, said hour and 15 maybe.
Yep.
Not 2.5 hours. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I got paid for it all, thankfully.
Imagine if you didn't. Fuck.
I would have been pissed. I'm pissed yeah, no, pissed. Yeah, get home, have my food. I'm like, cool. I'm exhausted. I hate being exhausted. I hate passing out because for whatever reason, my body wakes me up at weird times. So I was exhausted. I passed out like 11 o'clock. I woke up at 5 a.m.
Bro.
Yeah, woke up at 5 a.m. This isn't fair. I was on the.
There goes the sleep schedule.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. Put me back to sleep. I don't have to work until 10. Please. I don't have 5 hours worth of stuff to do. So I went back to sleep for like an hour. 6. I think it was like just like 6:50. I'm like, okay, I can't go back to sleep. I'm up. Let's find out something to do. And I found something to do until 10 o'clock.
Modern Warfare 2. No?
No, I didn't have access to the TV at the time.
Oh.
So like, damn it. So I watched TikToks and I watched Disney Plus. And that was my week.
Good week.
Hopefully, it does. That's not a sign of what's to come.
What do you mean?
I don't want my weeks to keep going like that because
It's a sign for this month.
since I turned 20,
Yeah.
I've had those signs.
Oh.
Week after I turned 20, I had like a mini flu. The next week, I got COVID.
Oh, jeez. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, mini flu. I was like, okay, I get sick once in a while.
Mm.
That's what's gonna happen. Next week, I'm like, okay, flu last week, cold this week. Nope, COVID. Week after,
Yep.
I was actually kind of scared. So I'm like, this is kind of escalating. Like, oh, because
I just turned 20.
before my birthday, I had a cold.
Mm.
Birthday, turned 20. 2 days later, flu.
Yep.
Week later, COVID. So like, this is a pattern I don't like. I don't like that once a week I've been getting something that's progressively getting worse. So last week, I'm terrified. I'm like, okay, what could be the escalation from that? So I had COVID. COVID's bad. So what comes after COVID?
Bulimic plague.
Bubonic plague?
Okay.
No, see, I'm like,
Cut that out, please.
no, I'm gonna leave it in. So like, I'm sitting there trying to figure out what's coming next. I'm like, escalation. What could make sense?
Black Death.
No, I was like looking at myself. I'm like, I've never broken a bone
Oh, fuck.
because I'd never gotten COVID to that point. So I'm like,
Yep.
this is like stuff I haven't had in like a long time. Like I haven't had the flu in a while.
Mm.
So like, okay, cold. I get colds once in a while. Flu, haven't had that in forever. COVID, never had that. So I'm like, I'm like, escalation. Never broken a bone. Oh no! I was terrified all week. Every time walking on the pool deck, slip. I'm like,
Just grabbing at
I was
whatever you
literally like,
can.
I had bad slips that week.
Oh, fuck.
Literally walking to the office. Normally, like I said, once in a while, like I was like, call at the door. I'm like, oh my god! I was terrified the entire week, petrified that I was gonna break something. And then when nothing happened that week, I was like, okay, like in my mind, like I should be relieved.
Yeah.
I wake up Monday morning, I'm like, oh my god, I'm terrified. What if it's ramping up? So it's gonna be like 3 weeks worth of bad luck that's gonna hit me. Terrified up until Wednesday when I got yelled at twice.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. This is my bad thing. This is what's coming.
That's
Okay,
escalation.
this is the escalation. Double yell at. EMS doesn't show up for 2.5 hours. I'm scared. I don't. The pattern's coming back and it's faster. Instead of week by week, it's like every other day.
What's gonna happen tomorrow?
What happened today?
Well, today, yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, it's Sunday. What's gonna happen today? That's the thing. Nothing bad's happened so far.
Good.
What if you like walk out the front door and a truck just hits you?
Your bad luck passes on to me.
No, it's still my bad luck. I lose my co-host.
The fuck?
That's the bad luck. I lose my co-host.
Okay.
It's just life that happens to you. The circle of life.
Circle of life.
Yeah. You're gonna be fertilizer.
Ooh.
Woo! Podcast
What I
episode.
always wanted to be.
That's hilarious. I love that. So yeah, so the update. I'll update you next weekend
Yes,
on
do that.
if something happens this week to me. I really hope nothing happens this week though. Actually, really, this week I don't. Something that bad that'll happen will be bad because I don't have class.
Next weekend, I'm gonna
So
see you like.
It'll be something that actually
paralyzed
matters.
with the neck up. The next Stephen Hawking.
Oliver, welcome back. Welcome back to the Sweetcast. I'm your host Liam, joined with Oliver.
At that point, I just unplug you from the wall. Just let you.
I'm
die.
not going to be on life support. Like, you don't know.
but that's how Stephen Hawking died.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. He went too far away from the wall.
Yeah. I hate you. All right, we're at an hour and 21 minutes.
Oh, bro.
We should probably end it here.
Yes, please.
See, this is what it's like. This will be what the podcast is like. It's just us hanging out. Good time.
Just chill.
Just chilling. Yeah.
Next time we bring drinks. Not
I'm
next
down.
time. When there's something special. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
We're not doing the ASMR thing as an outro.
Why not?
What do you
Do
mean?
you have an outro?
No. Do you want me to deep throat the mic?
Let's actually do a real outro first.
Okay.
Okay. It'll get improved over the next few episodes. But thank you all for watching the first episode of season 2 of the Sweetcast, new and improved. New set, new co-host, new format. You're not my guest, I don't have to thank you for being here.
Fuck you.
Thanks for helping. Thanks for joining the podcast.
Ooh,
Thanks for joining the Sweetcast.
you're welcome.
Now the Liam and Oliver show.
I don't get paid.
Neither do I. So I don't know. I don't know why you keep bringing that up.
Eventually, I will. Workers' union.
You're not unionizing. I'll fire you. Yeah. If you guys want to see more of us, socials are in the description down below, or in the about section of the podcast.
All I do is draw.
Yeah, he draws. Hug Pillows and also on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yep.
McMathlet on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Or hug_pillows.
Yeah. They're links. There'll be links. So yeah, you guys check that out. Yeah, you can see more of our solo stuff there, and then this will be our together time when we become one union together. Don't look at me like that.
Fucking gay.
It did. It did. I'll be honest. When I started saying it, it wasn't, and I was like, I'm going to commit to that.
Oh my
And I
fuck.
made it worse. Thank you all for watching. Apparently now there's going to be a Patreon link in the description down below. So if you want to hear
fuck.
all of his weird sex stories or my really depressing relationship stories, get us to 100 supporters or $500, whichever comes first. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Then I guess it's time for some ASMR.
See.
Come on. You know what? You know what you do. You know what you gotta do. Don't do that. That's so bad.
This is the volume key, right?
He beat.
Oh my fucking.
All right. I'll see you guys next episode.